traditional Native song and drums kicked off the 4th annual Sisters in Spirit March earlier this month. Hundreds walked through Montreal to draw attention to the ever-increasing number of missing and murdered Indigenous women in Canada. But for Melanie Morrison and her family, the issue hits much closer to home.
She'd always tell my mother when she was coming back or where she would be, and if anything changed, she'd call to let her daughter know. Okay, well, I'm not going to be back tonight, I'll be back in the morning, or leave a number where my mother can reach her in case anything happens, and then this time nothing.
Tiffany Morrison was last seen on Friday, June 16, 2006. The 25-year-old lived on the Kahnawake Mohawk Reserve, 20 minutes southwest of Montreal, with her mother and young daughter. She was seen leaving the Hareki bar in LaSalle in a cab the night she disappeared. She left with a man from Kahnawake.
The last night she was seen in the bar, someone recognized the person she was with, and we've contacted that person. And they're a resident of Kahnawake, and they're our prime suspect, obviously.
Stacy explained that while the suspect gave a statement to police, he refused to take a lie detector test. In his version of events, the taxi got off the Mercier Bridge, dropped him off first, and then continued on to Tiffany's house. But there's still no telling for sure what happened.
Some people have came forward and spoke, but not as many as I thought would have. There is somebody obviously out there that knows what happened to her, but no one's came forward with any solid information.
Many taxi drivers who go into Kahnawake don't call in their fares and pocket the money instead. Because of this common practice, there is no way to trace which driver or taxi company dropped Tiffany off.
I wish that something had stopped her from going out that night, or she would have called home and asked somebody to come get her instead, or waited for a town taxi. You know, they might be slow, but at least they're safe.
The Kahnawake peacekeepers have sent divers into the local waterway and dogs through the reserve's many wooded areas, but so far there has been no trace of Tiffany. And as the days and months go by, the small community is slowly realizing that something serious has happened to one of its own.
I believe that it would have never came to this and lasted this long in a small community like this. Ideally, I'd like to find her, dead or alive, and have closure for the family. I wouldn't want to be in that situation, wondering and playing in your mind all the time where she is.
Melanie describes her sister as funny, joyful, and full of life. And she says that since her disappearance, something is missing.
She was always so energetic. I mean, like, I got tired watching her. And now when you go there, it's more, I don't know, there's something missing. You know, everybody's like, kind of like on eggshells around each other. It's not the same. You can tell there's something missing.
After almost 4 years since Tiffany disappeared, Melanie says that the most important thing now is to get some closure, especially for her parents.
They know the reality, the most likely scenario, but there's always that one little sliver of hope that she might just walk back through that door. Hopefully whoever did this, you know, grows a heart and lets them get her back before they pass.
And for Melanie herself, the toughest part is realizing that she and her daughters will likely never see Tiffany again.
And then all of a sudden my daughter will be flipping through the photo album and that, and she's like, oh, that's Auntie Tiffany. She goes, we're gonna find her, we're gonna bring her home. And it just like wants to make you cry, you know, and like, because deep down I know my daughter's never gonna see her again.
For Concordia Reports, I'm Jillian Kestler-D'Amours.